So let's kind of talk about photographers. All right, so like a wedding photographer, I was trying to think about this today. I was like, okay, what's a wedding photography season typically? Let me take a sip of my drink. All right, so I was trying to think. All right, I think it depends on where you are in America. If you're in the South, like I was, it's a lot hotter in summer. So maybe some people don't have weddings during July and August because it's just 100 degrees and we're all wearing tuxedos. Sometimes the further up north you get, wintertime is totally not an option. It's freezing cold. Maybe you can get away with like an indoor wedding or indoor banquets. But if you want to do any kind of beautiful outdoor stuff or some foliage or have some nice pretty flowers, it's too cold. Sometimes it's just too cold. So, or it's around the holidays and it's kind of weird. People will have the New Year's weddings, but regionally, let's say just on average, whether it's the summertime or the wintertime or whatever, it's about 9 months of the wedding season. So that gives you about 40 weekends, which gives you, 2 times 40, 80 Fridays and Saturdays. So I'm not saying you should. So, looking at that and you're trying to plan for next year and you're trying to plan how many weddings should I shoot this year? And that's the kind of question I pose to you. How many weddings should you try to book given the fact that you basically have 80 potential shoot days, 40 potential shoot weekends? The number I want to say is it's all about capacity. And I want you guys to look this up, look it up on Investopedia or something, but capacity is basically the ability for a business to output work. And the capacity is the maximum ability for a business to output that type of work, that product, that service at a consistent level. You can run the machine, you can drive the car and crank it all the way up to the red meter and just have it hitting on red, but it's going to fail at some point. The belts are going to fly off, the cogs are going to fly off, the wheels are going to burn to rubber to nothing, and you're going to run out of gas, the engine's going to sputter or stall, or something in the machine, or you're going to run out of supplies or whatever it is, whatever mental machine analogy you want to use. But you just think of like if you are a factory, if your brain is a factory, if your business is this little machine that's just, assembly line, how much can you do? And that is basically your capacity. So I'm saying your maximum capacity is 40%. In a client creative service world, videography, photography, design, graphic design, that is your max should be 40% of your time at the max should be working on client projects. And that seems like a low number. When I first made this, I was like, okay, I was milling it over. It was like maybe 75% of the time. But you start to look back at that number, at the potential days that you could possibly be shooting, 80 days, 80 possible shoot days. And I was like, 75? No way. No, that's almost, 62, 65 weddings, shoots a year. That's 65 potential different clients. And it just gets too much. And the book Pricing Creativity by Blair Enns talks about, he pushes the idea that you can really only manage like 12 clients a year, basically once a month. So just kind of figure out whatever your target revenue is and just multiply that or divide that by 12. And that's how much money per client you need to bring in. So if you want to make $120,000, you need 12 clients at $10,000 a month. It was kind of like, I was like, okay, that's an interesting way to think about it. So 40% is 32 weddings. That's 32 weddings out of a possible 80 shoot days, which doesn't seem like a lot. And 32 weddings would, to a new photographer, seem like a good year. But to some of these veterans, it's like they're like the pros, the highest level. They can be shooting 52 weddings a year. That doesn't mean you shoot necessarily once a week. Sometimes you can do, plenty of people do Friday, Saturday weddings or Thursday, Friday, Saturday weddings. Or if you're crazy, you do it like 3 days in a row or 2 days in a row like that. It can get tiring. And especially like in the heaviest of seasons, or it's right around the fall season or spring season is really kicking it. You might do, say, the month of April, month of May. You might be doing, if there's 4 weeks in that month, you could be doing 4 to 6 weddings, or maybe if you're insane, 4 to 8 weddings. But you kind of want to spread it out over the entire 9-month wedding season, about 32 weddings.